Great. So are you able to advise the ninja call techno there to get out of the meeting and then they come back with sound? They have to come back and of course they join the room with sound here, virtual room with sound. So ladies and gentlemen, I have my Excel sheet here. So this Excel sheet, very interesting. I have to make it a little bit bigger, just a little bit. And remember what we were discussing yesterday, my good students. If, for example, you have commission here, commission, for example, happens to be like 10%. So commission happens to be 10%, 10% of the sales you make. And then we have our guys here. We have, in this case here, the name of employees. We have Irene. We have Marion. We have, in this case here, the guys that I'm mentioning here, the guys should be able to get very good presence here. Is it Mutavi? Then we have James here. So these guys here, they come and tell you, you know what? We have sold goods worth this amount. So sales, Irene perhaps has sold goods worth 10,000. Marion, 8,000. And then we have Mutavi here, 16,000. Then we have Jemo, 70 or 87,000. Great ninja. So then you are told, in this case here, pretty fast, come and give us the commission. Give us the commission to be earned by each of these employees. How will we be able to provide this commission? Oh, it's very easy to provide commission. To get commission, I will come and, of course, I must start with equals. To activate a cell. I must always start with equals. So I will say equals the sales amounts generated by this particular lady. And then I say times what here? Times this commission percentage. But I would want this commission percentage to apply to every employee. And because I would want it to apply to every employee, then I must fully lock this 10%. Because if I don't lock it up, look at what will happen. If I don't lock it up, and then I say enter, look at what will happen. If I try to drag this formula down, you will see you will get crazy things. Because if you come and put your cursor here, it will tell you what it is doing here. If you put your cursor here, you can see it took H6, which is very good. This number, look at the formula bar. It took H6 times H4, times H4, times H4. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, anytime you are moving with Excel will move, in this case here, one step down at a time. If you don't want Excel to be moving away from this 10% as you do your computation, then always, if I say Control Z here, I get back here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what I'm doing here. If I have my commission here, this is what I will do. I will come and pick the sales amount. Then I say times this 10%, but I would want to block 10% in a way that it shall be held up there. It shall not be fluctuating. It shall be held up there. How do I do this? I have to put dollars. Dollars are the ones that are normally used to lock. So there are two ways here you can use to put these dollars. You see, we have on top of 4. On top of 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like on top of 3, I can see hashtag. On top of 4, I can see dollar. So I can come, I move back a little bit here before 3. I can come and put the dollar there. I can come here before a H, I can come and put the dollar there. So long as I put the dollar, dollars are the ones we use to make a permanent reference like that. And then now I can come and say, enter there. So when I say enter there, and then I try to drag this down, then I will be okay. Like Marion will get 10% of 8,000, which is 800. This gentleman, Mutabi, will get 10% of 16,000, which is 1,600. And if you try to put a cursor, you will see if you put a cursor here, and even try to bring out the formula, you will see in this case of the formula, they are taking this blue cell, which is H8, times they're always making reference to this 10%. You can see the 10% here is blocked up there with dollars. If you come here, the same. You'll be able to see in this case it is H7, but still H3, it's held up there with dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, if I simply come and undo, whatever I've been doing here, I go back there, even this 1,000 and do it. If I want to move pretty fast, how do we fully lock pretty fast? I will come and take this 10,000. I say times. Remember, I can't lock this 10,000 because 10,000 I'll be moving out of it. I'll be moving to the others. But when I say times this 10% is supposed to be frozen fully. And for me to freeze it, the very best is to come and say function. Then there are the F functions, the F1, F2, F3, F4. So I'll say function, which is Fn, the one near control. The one near control, I'll say function here, and then I say F4. If I do that, those dollars come in automatically. Those dollars come in automatically. So I can play my game by saying control, enter, and then I come here, put my angle. You know, we have got two pluses. There is this plus with a white, nothing. This is basically used for highlighting. But we have this strong plus. If I take this to the cage here, if I take this to the cage here, ladies and gentlemen, look at what I'm getting here. If I take this to its cage, the angle rabbit, put the angle rabbit there, and then once I put it there, I should be able to beat this twice from its back, from its behind. So in this case here, I just hit it. That means that you double click. So double click, and then you'll be able to get all the answers coming like that. So I would want to get questions regarding this full reference. This full reference, I would want to get questions regarding this full reference. Is there somebody who has been able to see exactly what I've done? Is there somebody who has been able to see exactly what I've done? Is there somebody who has been able to repeat on their machines? At least Joyce, Willis. Great. Remember, today is a day which people will be able to get serious presents. Thank you very much, Monica and Nene. Great, great, great. So I don't know whether now students are comfortable. I can move on to the next concept. Please don't shy away from saying repeat, 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 repeat. Don't shy away. Yeah, when do we have lock? So now we are going to this concept of partial locking up of cells. Partial locking up of cells. How do you reveal? Somebody is telling me to repeat there. So to reveal the formula, it's very easy. Let me just first of all answer this. To reveal the formula, simply go and put your cursor in any cell where you have a formula. And then in some computers, you'll say F2 directly. F2 directly. In other computers, you say Fn. Fn, you hold on to Fn, which is next to control, and then you press F2. You'll be able to bring, in this case here, the formula. So you long press on the Fn, you're holding on to it, and then you press F2. So remember, Excel is about trying. You try that. If it refuses, you say Control Z, and then you try F2 alone until you see. So the person who asked that question, have you been able to do it yourself like that? Now get back here. There's somebody who is saying, well, let me repeat this. So equals. So I pick this 10,000. I say times. This 10%, you can see it here. So if I leave this being like that H3, it's a random variable. It will be able to vary as I go down, and if it varies, then I'm in problems because you see 10% is supposed to be applied across board. It's supposed to be applied across board. So then what I'm supposed to do here is to come and long press on Fn. Fn is the function which is next to the control tab down there. So control, and then I press F4. F4 is the one that freezes things like that. So I hope now this is okay. And then you can now come here and do what here and double click like that. Ladies and gentlemen, before I take you back to something very interesting that I started working on yesterday, I would want us to be very good with this. So Mwalimu would want straight away to come here, ladies and gentlemen, and just subtract all this. I'll be showing you those shortcuts, don't worry. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, what I want us to do is a situation where we write the mathematical multiplication table, that table that you are being really beaten to almost death. And those teachers were very nice in primary school. That table, which used to be at the back of our Kasuku books, 9 times 8, you say 63. You remember it's 72. Those guys were crazy, but we love them because of them, we are now able to do what we can do. Is there somebody who, in those good old days of primary school, is there somebody who went to school during those days when we used to have that? When we used to have that multiplication table? multiplication table. Is there anybody who went to school during those days? Oh, it means that these guys are not very young. Most of these guys are not very young. All right. So then today we want to prepare that table ourselves. If you remember, it used to have 9 times 9. Kwa kona kabisa, which was 81. 81. So that is the table. That's sad, yeah. Killing, that's sad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would want us to prepare that table. So, and I would want us not to have so many shortcuts. We want to know how to prepare that table. All right. I don't know why my microphone has changed. Just a moment. Just a moment. I'm being told that my microphone has changed, which is bad. I want you guys to get better quality audio. So you guys, are you able to hear Mwalimu very well? Oh, iko sawa. Are you able to hear Mwalimu very well? Iko sawa, iko sawa. Great. So then we come here. So I don't want to teach you so many shortcuts here about like how do you write number 1 up to 9. I want us to do this kienyeji way. So 1, 2, we write like that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We write kienyeji like that up to 9. And then you come and skip. You come here, you skip here. You write again 1 to 9 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then, gentlemen, let me know once you guys are able to write this skeleton, this structure. Once you're able to write up to there, please. I want to use this to teach you how to do partial referencing, how to do the partial $1, how to do the partial $1. Of course, there is a shortcut to that. I know that. Somebody is reminding me that I know. I mean, I'm an Excel ninja. I know. But you see, once I start bringing in so many things, teaching, some guys here don't even have this Microsoft Office 365. They don't even have Excel 2021. So ukianza kuambia pale sequence, mnakosana na hawa. So the best kwanza tuandike kimother tongue. Tuandike kimother tongue. You know, also teaching is a skill. Otherwise, if you're introducing those, you'll not be able to meet the agenda finish the agenda of the lesson. So let me know once you guys are able to just write this in a mother tongue way. In a mother tongue way. All right. So I think now they are comfortable. Now then, Mwalimu should be able to get out of the way and show you guys how to do the multiplications. How do we get to multiply here? Very easy. What I'll do, column C. Column C is a title column. Title columns, I must make them bold. So bold, that is Control B. So I highlight the entire column, bolden it. The same case here with this row 5. So row 5, I'll be able to highlight the whole of it. And then I say Control, I'm long pressing it, Control, and then I say B. So Control B, like that. And then I'll be able to come, ladies and gentlemen, here. When I'm here, I'll be able to come and say equals, I say 1 times this 1 there. And then I say enter. So you see, once I do 1, then I should be able to come and use the power of Excel which is the autofill. So the autofill, I'll be able to move like, of course, I'll be wrong. Many big answers to even make life very complicated. Let me try to pull this across. Very complicated. Can't even make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. Control Z, Control Z. What do you think in this case here have I done wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, please listen, and please listen to me very well. If I come here, I know that these are values of reference. And if they are values of reference, like I would want to move from 1 times 1, 1 times 2, 1 times 3. So it means the 1 in a 5 could frozen because I'm referring to it. It's a point of reference. So I'm supposed to refer to it. So then what I should do, I should come and say equals. I pick this one. Now somebody will tell me, Mwalimu, use function F4. You lock that totally because now that is what we call thawing. That's what we call freezing, freezing. So if it's frozen, let me see what will happen. Times, again, you come and say this, you freeze it as well. You freeze it with function F4. That is the worst mistake you can ever do. Worst mistake. Because now you see you have frozen everything. So everything will be 1 times 1, 1. Everything will be 1, 1, 1, 1 until you feel that you are cast. Everything will be 1, 1, 1. If you try moving here because you froze everything, it will be 1, 1, 1 until you'll be called Mr. 1, 1, 1. Mr. 111. Everything will be frozen. Listen. Control Z. Control Z. Let me start again. So when I come here, I simply need to know which titles are my references. I have column C alone is my reference down here, downwards. It's only column C that needs to be frozen. Column C has to be frozen. And then this row number 5 has to be frozen as well. Row number 5 has to be frozen as well. So when I say here, this one, I even come and say times this one. Now I'm supposed to move around with my cursor. I've said C alone should be frozen. So come before C, where you are able to see C. Come before C and freeze it. Don't by using F4, use F4 for full reference. When you're doing partial reference, when you're only going to attack and freeze just one column, like now you're freezing C, you'll say Shift 4. You put the dollar before C alone. So you've told me to freeze C. And you've told me, in this case here, row number 5 is as well something to be frozen because it is a row which is titled really. So look for 5. Where is 5? I can see it is after D. So I'll come in between D and 5, and then I'll be able to say Shift. I introduce the dollar there. And then I'll be able to say Control, Enter, or Enter, just Enter. And then you come back there. Now, if you've been able to do this very well, you should be able to come and take this down. Now you can see it's behaving 1 times 1, 1 times 2, 1, 9. And then you come and take this, ladies and gentlemen, by its tail. You hold this rabbit by its tail, you pull it like this until you have 9 times 9, which will give you 81 here, So before somebody shouts their repeat, which I would want to repeat even 10 times, is there anybody who has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done? Is there anybody? Is there anybody who has been able to do it? Even before I repeat, because I'm so sure that speed was crazy high, but before I repeat, I mean, there are so many ninjas here who are even dancing, who have been able to do this. All right. This is done and dusted. Done and dusted. Dixon knows, I mean, the ninja thing. If you use function and F4, then you will be wrong because you are doing full reference and yet this is 1 column, 1 row. This is partial referencing. So I'll be able to repeat. I can see Brenda Gitonga dancing there, which is so good. You should be able to dance. Unfortunately, I can't see any man dancing. And that is why men, we die early. We tend to hold up. I mean, if you're excited, this is an aha moment. It's a eureka moment, a moment of discovery. You should be able to do what you're to dance really. And literally, you do that. Especially for those bachelors, I mean, who are not married, you're just staying alone in that great house of yours. You simply dance physically. Great, Samuel. I can see another one crying there. Miondoko, Miondoko. Great. So let me repeat, ladies and gentlemen, here. What am I doing? Please, I would want you to get like the whole concept here. What am I doing, ladies and gentlemen? What I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, here is very simple. What I'm doing here, I'm saying equals. I want to say 1. And when I say 1, this first one here, I know what I'm supposed to fix. Between C and 6, I know that C is my title column. So even before I continue, I simply get back there and I put not a 4. Here I'm going to, you know, on top of 4, there is a dollar. On top of 4, there is a dollar. So I'm going to say shift dollar like that. And then I come back here, I say times. In this case here, this 1 there. And this 1, you know, it's a D5. So between D and 5, I can see 5. I can see 5 is a reference title row. D is not D is nothing. There's nothing here under D. There's nothing here under D to be frozen, really. You can see this is hooray, D. But 5, I mean, 5 is fully booked. You can see 5 here, you can't move. So in this case here, 5 is what is bolded here. So I need to come and put a dollar, just $1 before 5. So I say shift dollar like that. And then I should be able to come and now enter. And then now I come and make this an angry rabbit. I hold it by the tail and then I take it down by the tail. Please, girls, don't try holding those rabbits by the tail. They'll bite you. This is just for our class here. You take it like that. You get 81, 81 like that. Very beautiful. Very nice. I love this. I love this. So those ninjas now who are crying, have they been able to understand? Those ninjas who are crying, have they been able to understand? Those ninjas who are crying, have they been able to understand? Those ninjas who are crying, are they able now to understand? All right, now I can see somebody laughing there. All right. I don't know whether, Peter, you have ever tried holding those rabbits. They're not that easy as well. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Diana is thanking God, which is very, very good. I hope you're dancing there. So Mwangi Regina, I've not seen you saying thank you or saying now Mwalimu have understood, but I believe we are now on the same wavelength. Our thoughts now are well aligned. Our thoughts are now well aligned. I've managed. Thank you, Peter. That's very good. That's very good. That's very good. So can I take on now another concept, how we use this concept of now, you know, I'm taking this subject up and up slowly. So now I've shown you guys how to do this referencing, but again, I would want to take this up pretty fast. What if it's column D that you want to freeze? If I want to freeze column D, let me see column D. Column D, okay. So I'm assuming you've already done it. I'm assuming you've already done it. Now you are asking me, I'm assuming you've already done it. You know, you can always try these things out. You can always try these things out. So you can come and say equals. You pick this one here. You say times this one here. So if you feel that you want to freeze D, you simply come before D because the freezing agent has to be put before. So you simply come before D here and then you say shift dollar. But now for what reason? Why would I want to really block D, to freeze D? And that D is not, you know, the title. What are we freezing? We are freezing the raw title. Like now this 9 has to be frozen. Why? Because it will be 9 times when I move. 9 times 2, 9 times 3. So you can see the other side is moving, but 9 is supposed to be barafu. So I don't have anything to freeze here. What I should be thinking about freezing here is C and D. No, C and 5. C and 5. These ones that are in bold. But again, if I were you, that's a very good question. Later on, you can come and try freezing a few things and then you play around. Remember, Excel is about playing around with things until you understand. You understand. But if you want to freeze any, for example, if you tell me to freeze 6, it means that I come before 6 and I say shift here, dollar. That's what it means. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. With now your permission, with your permission, Mwangi Regina, lost repeat the last time. Are you able to share your screen, Mwangi Regina? There is nothing really there. Are you able to share your screen? Let me just allow you to share your screen. We get to see where is the problem. Without fearing anything, please share your screen there. I help you one touch. Otherwise, I'll repeat 20 times and you can't get. Just share your screen. I show you something nice here. Share your screen. Share your screen. and I've answered there, you can't use Fn, F4. You can't use that one when you are, if you use Fn, F4, then you're going to have $2. You're going to have dollars. You're going to have $2 here. You're going to have $2. Wish you could just share your screen. I help you once and for all. You see, like now here, if I say equals, and then I come and I say, for example, I'm picking this one, and then I say Fn, F4. If I say Fn, F4, you can see I'm introducing $2. Introducing $2 in any reference, that is what we call full reference. Here we don't want to, we want to, in this case here, we want to only freeze C. We don't want to freeze 6. No. So here you can't use Fn4. Look at what we are doing. We are picking this one, and in this cell here, it is C and 6. It is column C alone we want to freeze. So to freeze column C alone, just come after equals before C, say shift $. That one you have to do it manually. Hakuna shortcut ya hiyo. You do it manually, shift, because ika dola kamoja. Ukitaka kwa dola mbili unasema function F4. Hiyo unasema shift 4. Utakuja unaendelea na safari. Unasema times, in this case here like that. So like now here it's D and 5. I know it is this 5 that is bold. This 5 is the one that is a column title. So I'll come, ladies and gentlemen, here and I put $1 before what here? Before 5. I put $1 before 5 like that. So hapo kutumia Fn, F4 utakuwa totally wrong. You'll be getting 111 throughout. So once now you've been able to refer them very well, now if you do it like this, then you will be able to do what here, you'll be able to get everything all right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you allow me, I will be able to now go to the next concept there. Belinda is saying that F4, Fn, F4 works. You see, it doesn't work. What you can tell me, for example, it doesn't work. What you can tell me, for example, here, if you want me to use that Fn, F4, so for example, I'll come and pick here, this one here, all right? And then now you want to use this Fn, F4. So you keep on doing like that. You keep on until now you get C. You waste time. You waste time. When you're doing partial referencing, so and then you come and say here like times, I know this is what Belinda you're telling me, times this one, and then you hold on to your function. So now you keep on pressing F4 until you get, in this case here, 5. I mean, when you do like that, I've already fixed manually. I fixed manually. I don't want things that are dancing there. Because when you press F4 once, you get $2, You get $2. That will now be on your discretion to work things out like that. Otherwise, thank you very much. Allow me to go to the next concept. You just type in like that. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen and listen to me very well. What do we want to do, Mwalimu, now? So what I would want to do, ladies and gentlemen, here is something very interesting. Something very interesting here. Control Shift. Something very interesting. What I want to do, ladies and gentlemen, here is a situation very interesting that I will be able to use this lock before I go to my finance, what we call a loan amortization schedule. A loan amortization schedule. It has a loan amortization. Look at me now. A loan amortization schedule. That's what we are doing here. We are using this concept of locking. So in this loan amortization schedule, you'll be told the amount of loan. So the amount of loan. So the amount of loan here is 10 million. It's 10 million. Then these guys will give you number of years. So we have here no E. Please write with me. Number of years. Let's make this, for example, 10 years. And then they'll come and give you rate of interest. Rate of interest. Remember, for your case, you're not rubbing your, myself, I can rub, I don't need these workings. Yourself, in this case here, you have to keep on opening new sheets, right? Mine, I don't need mine. So rate of interest is 21% per annum. Rate of interest per annum. Let me know once you guys are able to write up to there. Let me know once you guys are able to write up to here. Miss Karanja, great. Once you're able to write up to there, then please kindly let me know. I can see there are a few students who have been able to write up to there. Done are less than 10. They're less than 10. All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I would want us to do now. So we have here our loan amortization schedule. So remember our loan amortization schedule, we are going to have here the years, which of course we have 1 to 10. If you wish, you can just write 1 to 10. They are shortcuts, but today it's not about those shortcuts really. But you must get used to those shortcuts. So then we have our opening balance. Remember, it's OEIC. If you remember the concept of OEIC here, OEIC. So we have here opening balance. We have, ladies and gentlemen, here interest. After interest, what do we have? We have installment. And then lastly, we have closing balance. Like that. So let me know whether you guys have been able to write here opening balance, interest, installment, closing balance. Are we really together? Are we really? Make yourselves as big as possible. Are we really together? So you can see the OEIC. No stands for number of years. 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 The problem that I'm experiencing this time around, most ninjas are taking like a backseat. It's not like the way I used to teach you guys IFM, where everybody was saying now, okay, for me to be able to know the speed that I'm using. Here now, guys are like, I mean, you don't have to put the principle. You know, there is that principle method, but now you're using the OEIC, because the examiner will never done. At least now I can see now many. All right. So here in this class, we really have to talk, because remember at RCM, BDA class is the biggest. You know, this class will go up to 500. So lazima ujipiganie sana. What is OEIC? Very good question there, Tracy. Very good question there, Tracy. Basically, it's an acronym for the row titles here. CO for opening, interest, installment, and then closing balance. You don't even have to master it. It's actually useless. It's actually useless. So you see, I'll be able to take the opening balance as what here? As this amount I'm going to get as a loan. I'll be able to calculate the interest per year from this rate of interest, 21%. But now I don't have installment. So the first thing that you need to do here is to come and introduce installment. You need to come and introduce the installment. So the installment, how do we get installment per annum? It's very easy. To get installment per annum, we normally take the amount you are given, you divide this by PV FAR. You divide this by PV FAR. You divide this by PV FAR. PV FAR is present value interest factor of an annuity. Because remember, installments here will be regular. They'll be uniform, like I was teaching you yesterday. So anytime you want to get installment, you shall take amount divided by PV FAR. Divided by PV FAR. Now, ladies and gentlemen, is there any student who knows the formula of getting PV FAR? Let me see. Is there any student here who knows the formula of getting PV FAR? Do we have any ninja that knows the formula of getting PV FAR? Let's try to write it here. PV FAR equals who? This PV FAR will always be equal to, you can open brackets here because of Excel, will always be equal to 1 minus into brackets here, 1 plus R. And then you will come and raise. Remember, raise is the one that is shift 6 on top of 6. So raised to negative n. You raise this to negative n. And then whatever answer you will get out of this, you shall come and divide 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 this, ladies and gentlemen, by R. So the most important thing is for you to know how we get the numerator. How do we get the numerator? Ile ya juu kwanza. To get the numerator, ladies and gentlemen, we normally just take this 1 minus, open bracket, 1 plus R, you close bracket, and then we say shift 6, because of the rest, shift 6 raised to negative n. Let's first of all calculate this numerator ourselves. We calculate this numerator ourselves. Here top, wachana denominator kwanza. So ladies and gentlemen, this one here will be, I'll have to type 1. And then I say minus. I say open brackets. Then I say 1 plus the R. Where is the R? R is the rate of interest. So this rate of interest is here. It is 21%. The rate of interest is 21%. And this 21% will not be changing whatsoever. Whether you're moving across the columns or down the rows, the 21% will not be changing totally. Whenever I see a staff, a matrix reference, a cell reference, that will not be changing forever anywhere. In this case, you must always say function F4 or simply F4 for it to introduce all the dollars there. I will repeat this. Allow me to move with speed a little bit because I will repeat this. So close there, and then you come and raise this. So I'm raising this, ladies and gentlemen, here to negative what here? Sorry. I don't know why this is behaving like that. Just a moment. Okay. Okay, so I'm coming, ladies and gentlemen, here to raise this to the number of years. Number of years, in this case here, they are what year? Number of years, they are this 10, that 10, that 10. So then when I do it, when I enter, straight away, I'm able to get this thing here. It's quite a huge thing here, useless thing. It's coming in as a percentage, and yet I wanted a number. So I know when I'm at home here, then percentage, I need to come and make a change here. So I need to come and make a change here, call it general, or call it a number, it doesn't matter. So that's the numerator. And then once I get the numerator, now I'll be able to come and get you guys what we call PV-FA. PV-FA, present value interest factor. How do I get this present value interest factor? Now I'm taking the numerator, I divide this by what year? I divide this by the rate of interest. I can lock it or I leave it at this stage. I can lock it even in getting the PV formula, I don't have to lock it. So in this case here, this is my PV-FA. So let's see how many of us have been able to get this PV-FA using this formula. Let's see, abracadabra. How many of us have been able to get that PV-FA using the formula? Let's see, abracadabra. Thank you, I can see so many messages. I can see so many messages done from Vanessa. I repeat, great, I can see. Type E9 is missing. Thank you very much, Ines. Thank you very much, Onyango. Power sign kwa Excel ni pale shift 6. On top of number 6 kuna kitu kanakaa hivi. Ako ndiko ka raised. Kale kitu kanakaa hivi. Ndio kitu ka raised. I'm very fast. I'll be able to repeat. Okay. Done. Kwa numerator. Okay, I'll be able to repeat. Guys are crying there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen and listen to me very well. So I'm repeating this. This is what I'm doing. Allow me to repeat this pretty fast. Look at the formula here for PV-FA. How do we get PV-FA? To get PV-FA, it is 1 minus 1 plus R raised to negative n. And then everything I divide by R. Everything I have the denominator divided by R. But first, it's good you start by, ladies and gentlemen, getting the numerator by the side, this one here. So how do we get the numerator? It is 1 minus 1 plus R, then there is this raised to negative n. So this is what we are doing. So shall I come here and say equals? So slowly, so 1 minus, open brackets. We have here 1 plus R. R is the rate of interest. Let me not lock it. Locking it seems to have issues with you guys. So let me not lock it. So R like that. And then I come and do what here, close. Then raised is shift 6. Shift 6. I'm going to get that sign. Raised to negative what here? Raised to negative number of years, which are 10. I can't even type here 10. I can't even type there 10 like that. So then that way, I'm able to get, in this case here, my numerator figure. Is there somebody who is able to get that numerator? These guys who told me to repeat, are you able to get that numerator? At times it comes in form of percentages. You can always come and change here. So now, are you able to get this numerator? Are you able to get this numerator, ladies and gentlemen? Then once you get the numerator, to get PV-FA, you will come and take the equals. You pick the numerator divided by our denominator which is 21%. You can even come and type here 21%. You can type, or you pick it from here, one and the same. Or you pick it from there. Then you'll be able to get that number. So now listen, ladies and gentlemen, this installment is what I will come and calculate here. So my installment, I'm saying my installment, so I have to say equals. Then I pick the amount. Divide this by PV-FA. Divide this by, you can come and type this figure here, the whole of it, or you simply come and pick it. You divide by PV-FA, and then you enter like that. So you're getting the installment every year. This guy will be paying an installment of 246 and something. Rounding off errors, they could be there. So is there somebody who is able to get this installment before I show you another method? You must know all the methods, because you're going to see when we start tackling these past paper questions, you'll see you need to know all these methods here. You must know the PMT way. You must know the installment way of getting installment using the PV-FA method. So now, are we really comfortable, ladies and gentlemen? Are we really comfortable now, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of getting this installment? Now, great. There are some students who are saying, Mwalimu, repeat. I don't mind repeating. I can repeat severally. But are you able to share your screen? Are you able to share a screen? Someone who never got it. Just share your screen. I show you once and for all. Share your screen. Share your screen. That is the best thing ever. You simply share your screen and then I help you. Because once I help you, you will be able to, like now I can see Dolvin. Great. But Dolvin, already you have the answer. I would want those guys who don't have the answer to share. The guys who are asking questions here to share, please. The guys who are asking questions, the guys who would want me to repeat, are you able to share your screen very fast? I show you something very fast. Because not unless you share your screen, I repeat here 100 times and you won't understand. But when you share your screen just 1 minute, you'll be able to know where your mistake is. So no one is sharing their screen. I don't know why they are fearing. I will never fear, really. Myself, I cannot fear. Here, there is nobody even who knows where your home is. Okay, so please maximize your screen if you don't mind. Just go and maximize your screen up there. Are you able to maximize your screen up there? There's a place ya maximize. Ile kitu karibu na kucancel ya katikati ya maximize. Sio hiyo. Hiyo tuko juu kidogo. Yako screen ime. Okay. Umeshinda ku maximize. Let me just show you. Yeah. Haya. So sasa tupate PV fa hapo. Haya. Sasa sema equals. Lazima always uanze na kama ningekuwa wewe, ningekuwa na okay, numerator tuko nayo already. So equals, so already numerator tuko nayo, so utachukua PV fa which is 0.85 equals that figure divided by our R, which is 21%. Yeah, so that is very good. Alafu unaenda kwa installment, tafuta mahali space ingine useme yeah, that one there. So equals the loan amount, which is 10 million up there, you pick it, divided by that PV far. Great. Yeah, that is the figure we are talking about. I think you had made very good strides. So these are the ninjas. Is there any other ninja who can share their screen very fast to show them how to do this thing pretty fast? Don't lock for now. Just leave this locking. So Beatrice is sharing her screen, which is very good. Great, great. So then where are your numbers? Are you able to show us where you wrote those numbers like loan amount? Like the loan amount, do you have it? Great, thank you very much. So then we shall start by getting the numerator. The one you're calling PVFA is a numerator, right? So write somewhere there numerator. Without fearing anybody, just write numerator. NUM, short form, NUM for numerator. Just write there, yes. NUM for numerator. NUM. So go to the next cell for the numerator, next cell. So because now you're starting to compute, so say equals. Equals. Now you are picking there, of course, 1. Start with 1. You follow that formula. 1 minus into brackets, brackets, you have to say shift there. So 1 plus R. You see the rate of interest is up there 21%. So plus, pick that 21%. You're a very good student. Pick it, close brackets there. Now raise, you have to say shift 6. Great. So raise to negative. So you press the negative, raise to negative. So negative n, you see n is 10. So raise to negative 10. You can even punch the negative 10 or you pick it from up there. We like picking figures from the cells. That's very good. Say enter. Say enter. And then now you should be able to come very well and write now the formula of PVFA. Not formula, but just write there PVFA, yes. So PVFA now will be the numerator you have gotten. PVFA will be the numerator you have gotten. Equals, start with equals always. You must start with equals always, any cell, whenever you have numbers. So say equals. That numerator divided by R. And our R is 21%. So divided by, over. Divided by, there is the over there. Yeah, 21%. You pick it. It's easy to pick it from there. So there we are. No problem. Okay. Now after that, now you should be able to give us the installment. How do we get this installment? So write the installment. So installment, go to the next tab there, yes. Just say enter. You can say enter. Just say enter. Now go to the next one. Yeah, and then now you say equals. You pick the amount, the loan amount, which is 10 million. You divide this by what year? By the PVFA. You divide by the PVFA now. Enter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's very good. You can now use the comma separators, but at least you are somewhere. If you watch the video later, you'll be able to follow. All right. Now, please listen and listen to me very well, ladies and gentlemen. Listen and listen to me very well. Listen and listen to me very well. So long as you can see this body mass thing here, then you are sorted out. Now, there is another formula for getting this installment. But this installment in Excel, this installment is what we shall be calling the PMT function. PMT function. So if I want to use this PMT function, we shall always come here and say equals PMT. So you can see my PMT there is in blue. Somebody told me when it's in blue like that, you slap it. Blue, you slap it. Slapping means either you double click on it or you simply say tab. You slap it. Now from there, you can see they want me to give them things here, like the rate. The rate of interest is 21%, comma. Number of periods, we are talking of 10 years. Number of years, 10, comma. Present value is the amount that I'm borrowing today. How much am I borrowing today? 10 million. Now, I can close brackets. Now, I don't want the others. There is square brackets. I can close brackets. But if I say enter the way it is, I will get a negative answer. If I say enter, I will get a negative answer. And yet I want a positive answer. So let me try saying enter. I will get, in this case here, a negative answer. You can see here. Very close, actually exactly with this, the one that we got here. So I'm getting a negative. I don't want this answer to be negative. What I'll do if I don't want the answer to be negative, I need to cancel this by coming before PMT, after equals in the formula bar, I say minus here. I say minus there, and then I enter. Leave alone the dollars. You can just leave them like that. Or you simply come here and the currency, I don't want to teach you so many things. You know, here it is reading currency, dollar. You can simply come and say you want the number, just a number. Or you come and say, in this case, here you want, if you say accounting, it comes straight out. So number or general number, like that. So you'll be able to get this. So allow me to repeat here what I've written down. Ladies and gentlemen, here, I've said here equals PMT. So PMT, I'm double clicking on this blue, the one for installment. And then I have the rate. The rate of interest is this 21%. Then I say minus number of periods. So number of periods, we have 10 here. And then we say comma. When you get used to, like this PV, instead of saying PV, you can come and to negate, to put this positive. I can come and say negative this 10 million. I make this a negative number to kill that negativity. But of course, these are things you get used to as you progress. And then you come and close brackets, you say enter, you'll be able to get this. If you don't want this dollar, you can come here and simply say what here. You want just a normal number like that. But later on, I'll be able to show you how to format etc. If you want this, if this number is confusing you and you would want to have it in terms of separators, 1,000 separators, you can come and put this All right. Thank you so much for returning those rights very fast back to me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we can continue. Now we can continue. Now we can continue. All right. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen. So I don't know now whether all of us, we can get this installment amount. Like I was trying to explain that this installment here, now you can come and use comma separators like that. So all of us, are we now comfortable with how we are getting this? How we are getting this installment using the PMT principle? Using the PMT principle? All right. Now, please listen. Listen and listen to me very well. Please listen. Now, once I've done that, now my role tonight is very easy. My role tonight is very easy. Now I'm going to do this loan schedule. I'm going to say equals opening balance. I'll always bring the loan amount. So we have a loan amount there. I say tab. Interest, I'll always pick the opening balance times the rate of interest. Rate of interest is 21%. This rate of interest, either south, west, north, east, it will never change. So I need to freeze it permanently. And to freeze it permanently, I need to use function F4. Interest will never change. From there, I go and say tab. I come and pick the installment. So the installment, I will pick this amount knowing east, west, north, south. It will never change. So this installment, I'm going to use FN F4. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I will go to the closing balance. Is there anybody who knows how I'll be able to get closing balance? It's very easy. You take the opening balance, you say plus the rate of interest minus installment paid. Minus the installment paid. Anytime you want to get closing balance, you take the opening, you load interest on it because interest must always increase the loan balance. And then you subtract the interest. And then, of course, you'll be able to say enter. Let me know whether there is any ninja that has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached. Let me know whether there is any ninja that has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached. Let me know whether there is any ninja that has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached. Let me know whether there is any ninja that has reached where Mwalimu has reached. Let me know whether there is any ninja that has reached where Mwalimu has reached. I repeat, okay? I repeat. Installment has to be frozen, yes, because you see installment, for those of you who pay loans, installment is ever constant. Installment is ever constant. So please check what I'm doing here before I repeat. Before I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, just check here before I repeat, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think will happen in year number 2? Year number 2, the closing balance here is what I pull here. So closing balance is what I pull here. So I'll come take this tab. The rate of interest will always be applied on the opening balance. So opening balance times this 21%. This 21% will never fluctuate. It is normally constant, and to show the examiner that this is normally constant, what I will do is to come and freeze it, make it frozen like that. I say tab. Installment, I know where to pick it from. It is here. And this installment will never fluctuate. That's the assumption, of course. So I'll have to freeze it. So shift, not shift, but FN, F4 like that. Then I go to the closing. How do we get the closing balance? To get the closing balance, we take the opening balance, we set, or rather, plus. We increase the interest, and then we say minus the installment like that. And then I should be able to enter. But now once I enter like that, I'll come and pick year 2 figures alone. Year 2 figures alone, I highlight them like that, like a gentle ninja. And then once I reach here, I need to come and put this in the angry. It's an angry rabbit. Put it here. It's an angry rabbit. Put it here. Because I would want it to run very fast. Hit it twice. Double click. It is able. What is not happening? In a wongo. In your wongo, there must be something that has gone wrong. In your wongo. I know. Let me go back a little bit. I know, Control Z. This interest is wrong. This interest is wrong. 2 million. Let me check here. No, it's right. How did I get it? G12 times E8. The installment is correct. And then we have, in this case here, G12 plus H12 minus this. What may have happened then? Let me try again, Control Shift. I'll have to repeat it. After all, some students have asked me to repeat this. No, something's not right. It's supposed to amortize to 0. These were how many years? 10 years. It's supposed to amortize to 0. Let's repeat from the beginning. It's good to be wrong. It's good to be wrong. It's good to be wrong. Let's repeat from the beginning. Somebody must have prayed for us to have it wrong. So we pick here, we start again. So we have here, end of year 1. What do we have? Or at the beginning of year 1, we are taking this as a loan here. Opening balance is 10,000. So I'm not fixing that at all. So in this case here, tab. All right. From there, ladies and gentlemen, interest. So my interest here will be, I know it's pegged on the opening balance. So times, in this case here, this 21%, and this 21%, I have to lock it. So I'm locking this with F4, function F4. Then I say tab, installment, perhaps I should use the 1, but they should give me the same answers, So equals, I'm picking this installment here, really. So this installment, it has to be a 4, And then we go to the closing balance. So closing balance, I will take this 10. I say plus. I don't know why Kenya Power today is fluctuating here and there. So I'm being reminded that Mwalimu, the way you counted this thing, year 9 is missing. These are good ninjas. So 9, and then we have 10 here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's repeat this thing very fast. Control Shift, I go this way so that I can delete this pretty fast. I'm able to show you those shortcuts. So it's 30. So equals, opening balance is always the loan amount that I borrow. So equals, I take this 10 million. I will not in this case here lock these balances because balances will change. So I'm not locking there. So equals, I say equals the opening balance, and then I'll come and say times, in this case here, the rate of interest, which is 21%, but rate of interest does not fluctuate. Rate of interest does not fluctuate. So if it doesn't fluctuate, it's going to be function F4. It's going to be frozen fully. And then I go to the installment. So installment, I'm picking this installment. And I know that installment per year will never change. So this installment, I'll come and F4 this. So the gentlemen, from there, I go to the next equals. I'll pick here closing balance. I'm taking the opening balance. I say plus the rate of interest here. I say minus this installment there. And then I say enter. So here I am. So opening balance for year 2 will always be the closing balance of year 1. I say plus. No. Tab. I come to the interest equals. I'll come and take the opening balance. I load interest rate here. So times rate of interest is always constant. And if it's always constant, it has to be a fold like that. And then we say tab there. So you come and pick, ladies and gentlemen, the installment, which I have to go back to the principles there. But this has to be frozen fully. So F4 like that. And then I need to come and say tab there. Then I say equals, ladies and gentlemen, to get closing balance, we are taking opening balance plus the rate of interest there, minus, in this case here, the installment, like that. So ladies and gentlemen, when I say enter there, I'm okay. Now I should be able to come and pull just year 2 alone, because Excel now has sniffed and sensed how my pattern is like. So just say year 2 alone, and then you come and hit this thing. It's either you hold it by the tail and you pull it, or you don't hold it by the tail, but you beat it seriously from behind. 2 strokes of the cane. So double click. Then this thing should be able to amortize to 0 here. Should be able to amortize to 0. Should be able to amortize to 0. So is there any ninja that has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached? Any ninja that has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached? Do we have any ninja that has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached? Great, at least Mercy knows how to dance there. Celestine, great. It should be able to amortize to 0. It should be able to amortize to 0. Yeah, this ninja is sharing his screen. Let's see. Great. So even if it's coming to negative 0, it's because of 0.00. But that is very good. That's perfect. But I'm wondering, or you did using the other method. You did using the other method. We shall not use that method. 0 is negative because it is 0. If you try to increase the decimal places, they're rounding off errors. But that 0 is okay. Even if it's negative, it's okay. Even if it's negative, it's okay. Even if it's negative, it is okay. Yeah, you can use this method. This gentleman is using this, what I've been teaching you guys, but I discovered that the other method is better. Or do you want to know the 2 methods? Do you want to know the 2 methods? Do you want to know the 2 methods? It's not relevant, really. Nobody can tell you that using, no. Nobody can tell that. Just stick with one method, die with it. Die with this one method like that. You can never go wrong. There are so many things to be learned really in BDA. So you don't need to learn like how many, just one method alone, you are okay. The one that you feel, if you feel the other one is easier, but this one is the best. You know me, I'm a ninja. I do my research well. We die with this one. We die with this one. So remember, Ayub, this is also what here? This is also reducing balance. You can see at the end of the day, the rate of interest is reducing. The rate of interest is reducing as the balance does what here? It is reducing. I'm correct up to year 2, dragging down. I'm not able to get figures. Where could I share your screen? Share your screen. Janet, share your screen very fast. Share your screen very fast. So the Bona Clinton will be able to give you guys an assignment from your past paper. The semester assignments are mandatory. So Bona Clinton, if you are around, please type that question. Type that question from the past paper here. And assignments are mandatory. There's nobody who will not do assignments. Bona Clinton, today you are with us in the house. Actually, you are to take this class up. Bona Clinton, if you are hearing me, I don't want you to take any minute with them today. but I would want you to just tell us the assignment question which touches on these amortization schedule. Or you can also do that on WhatsApp, and everybody must do it, and you must share your work on WhatsApp with me. Not personally, but yeah. So the pilot paper 2022 question 23C. Pilot paper 2022 question number 23C. Please write that. Please write that. Everybody has to do that. Thank you, Cecilia, for sharing. So let's see what Cecilia has there. Yeah, please help them with the link. Help them with the link. So please go up there, and if I were you, I would maximize my, not that one. Ile ya huko juu karibu na hiyo ingine ya katikati. Hiyo uta cancel hiyo. Una kuna ile ya minimize ni kale kadash kamoja, alafu maximize ni kikubwa hivi. Alafu kuna ya cancel. You see ya cancel ile X. Uko umeiguza huko juu kabisa, X ya cancel on its left. Yes. Ile ya maximize screen. Yes. Aya. All right. Hebu weka kasa kwa cell D34. Kwa cell D34, weka kasa hapo. D34. So see this D34. Yeah, very good. Weka kasa kwa CE. E34. E34. Very good. Weka kasa kwa D35. D35. Very good. Weka kasa kwa E35. E35. This is correct. So highlight row number 2. Highlight row number 2. Not the whole of it, not that way. Kutoka kwa C. Hiyo anza hapo Sasa kutoka hapo weka angry rabbit kwa pali yake hapo. Double click ama pull down. Where could we be? Aya. Installment is not fully locked. Okay, hebu jaribu kwa installment. Tuone installment ya kwanza. Installment ya pili. Oh, it's not fully locked. Yes. Au kutumia F4. Hii ya pili. Ya kwanza iko sawa. Hata ya kwanza si sawa Hata ya kwanza sio sawa. Yeah. Equals. Pick the installment from up there. Up there. And then you say function F4. Or just F4 to lock it fully. Yes. Alafu enda kwa hiyo ingine pia hiyo ingine pia. The same case. Say equals. You pick it from there. And then you fully lock it. Great. Now enda kwa hiyo row 2. Hiyo row 2 fanya maana. Sio yote hapo kutoka hapo Sasa hit that tail. Now you should be able to amortize to 0. Thank you so much. All the best. Be blessed. Great. Thank you, ninjas, for spotting the mistake. Thank you, ninjas, for spotting the mistake very fast. At times, because of these big lights in the studio, in the studio lights here, it means hata unachomeka. Pako na change. Paka siku hizi mtakuwa akiniambia mwalimu siku hizi umeanza kuwa handsome sana. Kumwambia ni lights za studio. I will be able to show you the two-way data table. I'll be able to show you how to do this sensitivity analysis. I hope Omondi will get the correct assignment. Omondi, just check around to see whether you've given. Thank you very much for sharing. These are the students that should be able to give a present. Actually, what is the name of this? Beth. Tukisha understand Beth, unipatia namba yako M-Pesa, unipea namba yako M-Pesa nikupatie zawadi. Tuki understand. So usivute, able to respect, able to enable pick interest. Where is your interest? Interest. The first interest, go to row F, F30. Click there. Click that one. Click there. Click here. Kwa hivyo sasa alichukua D27. Naitoa wapi hiyo? D27, which is okay. Times. Ngoja kidogo. Sema equals hapo. Tuanze hapo. Sema equals. No worry. Sema tu equals. equals, no, nataka uanze afresh. Sitaki weke formula hapo. Nataka tuanze afresh. Sema escape alafu useme delete hiyo kitu. Sema escape to delete, ama delete hivyo Sasa sema equals, So pick the 10 million, the one in cell E, the opening balance. Pick the 10 million. Is that 10 million? That one, times the rate of interest, which is what here, 21%. 21%. Lock that one. Lock that one. Enter kwa hiyo installment. Enda kwa installment ya G, column G. Sasa tuone column G, the first one, column G 30. Column G30. G30, that one, yes. Say equals, rub that, or it's even correct actually. That is F47. Where is that installment of yours? Can I see your installment? But I think it's correct. That's correct. How about your closing balance? Where is your closing balance? It's either A or B. Omondi, check again. Check again. So go to the closing balance is okay. Let's see. Year 2 is okay. Where is the problem then? Where is the problem? Where is the problem? Put your cursor in year 2F. Where is the problem really? So equals, pick the installment. Where is your installment? Where is your installment amount? But I think she is correct. She is correct because this 1.7 here is very small. This is 0. It's a decimal point problem. This is 0. She's correct 100%. This is 0. If you come and reduce the decimal places here, automatically this is 0. You are correct. You are correct. Thank you very much, ninjas. We are able to see the mistake. You reduce the decimal points to 1. Have the same figure. So the past papers are there. It's pilot paper 2022. Question number 23C1 is talking about loan amortization schedule. That is it. Excel, you struggle alone and then you get this correct answer. Struggling alone, I like that. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it. From me to you is well wishes. So remember, we have another class tomorrow. So for now, you do your homework. You repeat what you have done. So when I come tomorrow, I'll be able to show you exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So tomorrow, it's not timetabled, but we shall put in the timetable. So we have a session tomorrow like that. And please don't get tired looking for students for us. We still need many, many students. We still need many, many students. Share with us this class. Yeah, the recording. Yes, the recording. So Clinton, that is your role. And ensure that these ninjas are able to get these videos very fast. Thank you. Good night. Good night. And then, of course, there are ninjas here who are very, very poor in Excel. Maybe we need to introduce like a weekend, only 1 hour class. Naona kuna ninjas hapa hawajui na uwezo wa blame hata hawajui ku highlight. So wanafanya class kwenda pole. So I'll be able to think of a way of helping them out. Note a makeup. Tomorrow is a timetable class. Wow, you're going to see Maggie has referred 5 students from Kajiado. Great. Lala Tam, okay. The class is 8 p.m. Thursday class is 8 p.m. and it's mandatory. I told you from the word go. From the time you are registering, I told you we shall be having how many classes of BDA? 4. 4 classes. Great. Top. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Thank you very much. So then be blessed. Be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. I buy you coffee today. No worries. Nipe number. Nipe number y equals. Lakini usemanga hata jina yako wewe. Wewe ni mwanafunzi wa hesabu sana. Leta namba yako ya simu basi. Lakini sasa utakunywa coffee gani?